Good morning, everyone. Blessed start to the season of Advent. Today, let us dive into the Word. Today's Gospel passage is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, verses 29 to 37. And so let us take a look at this passage in light of the season of Advent. As we read this passage, Saint Matthew presents Jesus as, number one, a healer, and number two, as our provider. Well, let's look at the first part of the passage. Well, Jesus is carrying out his healing ministry. It's important to note that he allows and he welcomes people to come to him with their needs. Jesus is approachable. And when people came to him, bringing their needs, things happened in their life. Their needs were met. They were healed of their sicknesses and their disease. And the others who saw all of this happen praised and glorified the God of Israel. And so sacred scripture is so true for us today, my dear brothers and sisters. Come to me, all who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest. Yes, we're coming to the end of the year. Maybe it's the year-end rush. A lot of things that we need to do, but let's not forget this simple message of presenting ourselves once again to Jesus during this season of Advent. That yes, Jesus is indeed approachable. Jesus is our healer, and he meets all of our needs. And in the second part, we have the miracle of the feeding of the multitude. And here we can clearly see that Jesus does not want to send the people away empty. And so he asks his disciples to give them something to eat. But the disciples expressed their helplessness because they had not much to feed such a great crowd. But all they had was just a little bit. But from that little, Jesus took it and multiplied it and fed the people. And so a question for us to reflect on today is, what is our reaction when people come to us seeking for help? Are we able to help them with whatever little that we have? Or is our first reaction to send them away? Well, of course, in reality, we may not be able to meet all the needs of everyone, of all the people around us, but with whatever little that we have, my dear brothers and sisters, let us offer it to the Lord. And in doing so, we know that God can make a difference. And that's the attitude that we should have. We should never forget that, of course, helping others is not just only in relation to material things or material wealth, but rather it can be even in the small acts of kindness, a kind word. A support can of course be great help. And God can use all of these small acts of kindness, bless them and multiply them. And really a miracle can happen through your impact. And so our limitations, my dear brothers and sisters, is no reason to ignore the needs of our neighbor. Just as we have received so much, maybe during this season of Lent, let us be attentive to the needs of our neighbor and do what we can to assist and help them. In closing, my dear brothers and sisters, let us once again reflect on Jesus as being our healer and our provider today. Have a blessed season of Advent, a blessed Christmas ahead. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye everyone.